So in math and trig functions, what are the functions we discuss it? Divide and convert functions are completed, right? Okay. So remaining functions that we can discuss here. You understand the normal division and divide function? In normal division, anything value divided by 0, what it will returns? Infinity. In divide function, 0. Okay. Or if I'm not giving 0, blank value. Understand? So next one is even. Means what is even function will do? Means in even function, whatever numeric, we need to pass a numeric column only. We need to pass numeric column here. Okay. So in even function, what will happen? That means if it is odd number, next nearest even number will return. If it is even number, as it is even number will be displayed. Understand what will happen? Okay. In that particular numeric column, whatever even numbers are there, you know even numbers, right? Exactly divisible by 2. Okay. So whichever values are exactly divisible by 2, same values it will return. If 2 is there, to suppose, okay, in ID column 2 is there. 2 is a even number or not? Yes. The same 2 value will return. If it is odd number, understand? If it is odd number, then next nearest even number will be returns. Suppose if it is 1, what it will return? 2, right? Next nearest even number means 2 it is. 2 will returns. Understand clearly or not? Okay, like that. Let's see with example. Okay, see here. Suppose even function we can apply it on new column. Okay, in new column, see. What is this here? Too much of time. अरे even. Okay. Even of just column name inside that particular function. That's it. Okay. What is that? Numeric column only you have to write that one. Either positive value or negative values. Okay. Then what will happen? What it will return? Huh? Tell me what is the output it is returning. 2, 2, 2, 4, 4, 6. I told you, right? For odd numbers, next to nearest even numbers. If it is even numbers or as it is even numbers will be displayed. Understand or not? Same like a odd function also. If it is odd number, as it is odd numbers will be displayed. If it is even number, next nearest odd number will be displayed. What will happen? 1, 3, 3, 5, 5. Like that only, right? See, understand clearly or not? Okay. Next one is, what is the next function? See, exponential. These are all not required because e to the power of 0 means 1. Okay. E to the power of 12, we cannot say the exact value what it will return. That's the reason trigonometric related, statistics related, or these are all we cannot apply it. Okay. So next one is there are two functions are there. Okay. One is, see here. Suppose, for example, if you want to return exact values, what is that? If you want to return exact values means, suppose in decimal, actually there is a decimal value up to 4 digits it is there. If I want to take up to first decimal means what will happen? It will round and it will display the value. Understand or not? Suppose if you have like 3, 4, 5, 6 is there, 3.4567 is there. Okay. But I want to display the first decimal. Whenever you want to display the first decimal and if you want to convert into first decimal, it will round and it will display that one. Understand or not? But without rounding, as it is value, if I want to display like first decimal or second decimal as it is value without rounding, then you have to use two functions. One is int, another one is trunc. Understand clearly or not? Actually, see here, what is the default behavior for decimal values means, for decimal values default behavior is, suppose if it is want to display the first decimal or second decimal or third decimal, it will round and it will display the decimal values. Understand? Okay. It will round and it will without rounding. whichever decimal place I want to display the as it is values. Suppose 3.4567 is there. Okay. Then up to first decimal means what is that value? 3 point. That's what. Listen carefully. So actually, what is the default behavior of Power BI? It will round and it will display. Actually, so before applying int or trunc, what value will be displayed? 3.5 will be displayed. But after applying int or trunc, what value will be displayed here? 3.4. That means, see, as it is value for whichever decimal value you want it, as it is value, if you want to display, then you have to use int or trunc. Okay. Understand or not? Okay. What is int will do? What is trunc will do? In integer, always before decimal place value as it is values will be displayed. Understand what I am saying? Always before point values, whatever it is there, as it is values, it will display in int. Only before point values. In trunc, before point values, after point values also, it will display the as it is values. Understand or not? Let's see practically. Suppose, for example, see here. I have like a decimal values is there or not? So on this decimal, only these two functions are applied for decimal related columns only. Understand or not? These two functions, int or trunc functions are applied for only decimal related columns. Understand? See here, now we can apply. These two functions, we can apply it on new column. Okay. First int, after that trunc. Okay. What is int function will do? Always before decimal place values, it will display. That means before point values, whatever it is there, as it is values will be displayed. That means without rounding, it will display. Understand or not? Understand or not? Before point values, what it is there? 234, 3456, 5643, 4764. Not only before decimal values, after decimal place values also I want to display. Okay, then you have to use trunc. Okay. Comma. Number of digits, what you need to mention here? See, suppose for example, if I want to display the before decimal value, how much number you need to give here? Very good. What is that? See, if I'm giving 1, what will happen? First decimal place. If I'm given 2, second decimal. If I'm giving 3, third decimal. If I'm giving 0, before decimal values as it is values will be displayed. See, understand or not? Suppose, for example, I want to display the first decimal place. See here, then you need to give 1. If you are giving 1 up to first decimal place, as it is value, without rounding, it will display that one. Understand clearly or not? Is that clear or not? Second decimal, 2. Third decimal, 3. Like that, you have to mention. Understand clearly or not? Next one is mod function is also important. What mod function will return? Did we discuss mod option in transform data or not? What mod function will return? Reminder value. Mod always returns a reminder value when you are calculating a division. Okay. See, 3 comma numerator value comma denominator you have to give. In mod function, you just need to give the numerator value comma denominator. Even if you are mentioning column names also, it is accepted. Numerator column comma denominator column. Okay. Like I'm giving static values. That's the reason 3 comma 2. What is the reminder value? What is the reminder value? 1 it will return, right? Understand or not? Like this. See, in place of static values, you need to give the column values also. Understand or not? Okay. Next one is odd function. We discuss it, right? Quotient means quotient is also normal division. It will calculate, it will return the quotient value. Okay. If same 3 comma 2, if I'm giving, what is the quotient? 1 only, right? That value it will return. Understand? Next one is run, all these things. Round function is important. What is round function? You know, right? How the round function we already discussed in SQL Server. We already discussed in transform data. Okay. Understand or no? Okay. Next, here also same behavior. Just rounding the decimal values. If I want to round the decimal values for this particular column, what value it is returning? 234 234.7. Okay. And next one is 8. Very good. Here, just first you need to ask the column name, comma, which decimal place value you want to round it. That number you need to give here. Understand or not? Hmm? Like we already discussed all these things, right? Based on the next value, it will round it. What is the next value? So that value, if it is the rule will be there, right? If it is greater than 4, plus 1 is added. If it is less than 5, plus 0 will be added, right? See, understand or not? And did we discuss all these functions or not? Okay. Trunk also we discuss it, right? Intent trunk. Okay. Please note it down the important category. Please note it down these functions. See, every time few of the things we cannot do it, we cannot do that. Suppose, for example, if you are pulling the table into Power BI, okay, what is that? While if you are pulling table data into Power BI, at that point of time, while we are pulling the table, can we perform the round operation there? No, right? When you are writing a select statement at the time, point of time, you are whatever you required, you have to write it in the select statement columns, and then you can pull it. At that point of time, no need to use round function here. There itself you can. But when you are pulling only table into Power BI, at that point of time, you are not writing anything, right? What columns are there? With that columns, we can pull it into Power BI. After pulling the data, now we want to apply the round option on that one. Then must and should in Power BI only we can apply it, right? Priyanka, is that clear? Priyanka, Priyanka. Okay. Next category of function is other function. In other functions, only one function is important. What is that function? Blank. Very, very important. Blank means what? What it will return? It returns empty. Blank means empty. It will returns empty. Well, this blank function, most of the times, we have to use it in if or switch. What is that? In if or switch only. Okay. In if or switch, either in the return statement also we can use blank values, or else if the same blank we at the time of writing a condition near if or switch, we can check the blank values there also. Okay. Let's see practically. Okay. See here, it is there, right? Suppose, for example, in both the ways, I will explain you. In if, in the return statement, how we can use the blank. In the while at the time of checking a condition, also how you can see. Let's see. Suppose, for example, Here, there is a currency column is there. In currency column, see, I'm checking a blank here. See here, is equal to, I'm writing blank function. This is the blank function. What is the meaning of this one? In currency column, wherever blank values are there. Okay. In place of those blank values, what I need to return? 0. I need to return. Otherwise, what I need to return? Same column value I need to return. Understand or not? Then what I need to write here? Column name directly. See here. Because in the return statement, I clearly explained, right? Okay. In if, okay, either you can write the static values or else we can return the column values also. That we discuss it, right? Same here. See here. Understand or not? See, in the currency column, wherever blank values are there, in place of those blank values, what it will return? 0 it will return. Otherwise, what it will return? Same currency symbols are added. See here. Same values 2, 3, 1, and like this. Understand or not? Only for blank values only it will return 0. Otherwise, it returns same what currency values is there that it will return. Not only that column, any column you can use it here. Understand clearly or not? Okay. This is how one way of using. That means at the time of writing a condition, we can check whether the blank values is there or not. Based on that, we can return the statements. Not only if, even in switch also same thing. Understand? See here. Now, how can I return? Okay. How can I return the blank values? Okay. In the return statement, in if or switch, in the return statement, how we can write the blank? Let's see. See, if there is a blank column is there, right? See here. What I need to return? See here, blank. Otherwise, blank column. Understand clearly or not? Okay. What is this? See here, in coalesce, this is the table. In this blank column is there or not? In this blank column, less than or equal to 2. If it is less than or equal to 2, what it will return? Blank. That means, let's see for this one, what it will return. For this one, what it will return? Same value, 3. Okay. For this one, what value it will return? For this one, what value it will? For this one? For this one? For this one? Let's see. Understand it? Okay. Next category of functions is What is the next category? Next, parent-child functions category is not required. No need to use this one. Leave it to this one. Next one is relationship functions. In relationship functions, very, very important. Few of the functions are there. Okay. There is a cross filter option, first option. See, for this one, no need to apply this cross filter function because in model, there is a direct option cross filter direction. Okay. Whether it is a single or both, you need to select directly there itself. No need to apply this cross filter direction. Understand? Next one is related. Okay. Very, very important. Listen carefully. Okay. What is that? See here. There are two functions are there. Two DAX functions are there. What are those two functions? Related and lookup value. You know what is lookup value, right? What is lookup value? We look up that we discussed in Excel, right? In the Excel, there is a VLOOKUP is there. What is that one? See, what these two functions will do means if you want to get the column from another data set, must and should you have to use related or lookup value.
Recording in progress.
In model, there is a relationship between the data sets. Okay, must and should required. Okay, first we need to discuss about the related roles. If you want to implement related means, what is the first rule? In model, there is a relationship between the data sets. Understand? That means in which data set other data set columns are added, right? So if you want to add like this means, what is the first rule? In model, relationship must and should required between the data set. Okay. Understand? This is the first rule. What is the second rule? See, there is a in model tab. Model in model view tab, cardinality card is one to one too many. I will tell you, don't worry. One too many or many to one. Actually, in Power BI, there are four types of cardinalities are there. One to one too many, many to one and many to many is there, but many to many is not supported in related function. Understand? So that means, see, what is that first rule in a model view tab? So if you want to implement related function means these two rules must and should be satisfied. Understand or not? If any one is not satisfied, then related function won't works. Related function will works only related function will works whenever these two rules are satisfied. What is the first rule? In which data set you want to get the column? Okay. In which data set you want to add the other data set column? In between those two data set relationship is must and should required. That relationship, how it will be there? That means either one-to-one relationship or one-to-many relationship or many-to-one relation. Then only it will works. Understand? In transform data, what option it is there? Similar like related or lookup value function. In transform data, what option is there? You understand my question or not? Similar like a related or lookup value function. In transform data, what function is there? What is that? Completely you're not saying off of the point. There are two options. Is there merge columns, merge queries? What option it is? Merge queries. What is merge queries will do? If you want to get the column from another data set, then we have to use merge queries in transform data. What is merge columns will do? What is merge columns will do? If you want to combine multiple columns into single column, then we have to use merge columns. Understand? Don't confuse on merge queries and merge columns. Merge queries means if you want to get the column from another data set, then must and should you have to use merge queries. Okay. Same behavior in DAX, we have to use two functions, related and lookup value. If it is related function, if you want to work with means before implementing related function, okay, whether these rules are satisfied or not, you have to check it. After that only you have to implement related function. What is the first rule? In model view tab, in whichever columns you want to get it in whichever data set, in between those data set, relationship must and should required. Understand clearly or not? And how that relationship it will be there? Huh? How the relationship? That means along with that rule, another rule also need to be satisfied. What is that one? How the relationship should be one to one to one, one to many, many to one. Actually, there are four types of relationships are there that we can call it as cardinality. There are four types of cardinalities: one to many to one, and many to many is there. But many to many is not supported in related function. Okay. Up to one to many, or many to one only it will works. Understand clearly or not? Is that clear or not? So here, if it is like this, if any of this rule is satisfied, then only related. That means, see, not any of the rule. Both the rules must and should be satisfied here, then only related function. If any one condition, if it is failed, related function won't work. Understand clearly or not? See, next one is lookup value rule. Lookup value also doing the same thing. If you want to get the column from another data set, then we have to use lookup value. That means related and lookup value both are same, but syntax wise it is differences. Okay. What is the rule for related lookup value? relationship is not required in model. In related, relationship is must and should required. But in lookup value, relationship is not required. If relationship is not required, no need to discuss about the cardinality. In lookup value, only one rule it will be there. What is that rule? Relationship, once again. May or may not required. Relationship is may not required in the model view tab. Understand clearly or not? Any doubts in this one? Is that clear or not? What is lookup value? That means relationship may or may not. If the relationship is there also, it will works related lookup value. If relationship is not there also, it will works. Let's see practically one by one. First, what is that? Related function. Okay. In related function, what are the rules are there? These two rules need to be satisfied. See, suppose, for example, there is left table and right table, right? Suppose, for example, right table sales column need to be added in the left table. This is what, right? That means that what is that? Right table columns need to be added in the left table. Okay. That means in between that, what is the rule for related function? Relationship is required between left table and right table. Where you can check the relationship? In model view. In model view, you need to see whether the relationship is there or not in between left table and right table. If you want to provide a relationship between the data set means what is required? Common column is required, right? In merge queries, based on the selection of the common column only, merge queries are applied. Okay. In SQL Server, what concept it is? If you want to get the column from another data set, what concept it is? Joins. Okay. In joins also based on the common column only we are getting. Here also we are providing a relationship between the data set means what is required? Common column is required. With that common column, you just need to provide a relation. See, don't worry when we are discussing about the model concept at that point of time, each and every point I will explain you how you can provide a relationship, what is required and everything. See here. If you want to provide a relationship means how you can provide with the common column. What is the common column in the left table and right table? ID and product ID, right? So I'm just to drag and drop into that column, then automatically see here the relationship is enabled. Is the relationship is enabled or not? Understand or not? Okay. See here. Is that first rule is satisfied or not? Relationship is there. What is the second rule? After when you are providing a relationship, immediately cardinality is available. See here, what is that one? 1 to 1. If it is 1 to 1 is satisfied or not? Satisfied or not? Either 1 to 1 or 1 to many or many to 1, all these three are satisfied. Okay. So now can we implement related function or not? Now see here. Suppose, for example, in which column in new column only we can apply this related. Which column? Whichever column you required from this one. One important point is in related function, using related function, you can get only one column once at a time. Very important point. In merge queries, it is not like that, right? In merge queries, whatever columns on that particular data set, all the columns once at a time, you can get it. But in related DAX function, only one column we can get once at a time. If you want another column from the same data set, I want to get another column, then you have to write another related function. Understand or not? Okay. One related function will return. What is that? With the one related function, we can get only one column. If you want to get multiple columns, means multiple related functions, you have to work in different one. Understand clearly or not? See here. Whatever the common values here, ID and product ID, right? Whichever values are matched, those related sales only it is getting here. See here, I want sales values. For these two values, it is empty. Why? Because values are not matching. Only if it is matching the values, then only it will display the records. Understand clearly or not? See here. Similar like what is the other function? Lookup value. Lookup value having may or may not require the relate. If suppose, for example, if I have the relationship, at that point of time also lookup value will works. If the relationship is not there also lookup value will work. I will show you, see. What column you want? First, you need to write the result column name. What is the result column name here? Sales. So suppose that column name first you have to write. From which data set it is? Right table, right? That. Whichever column you want. In this lookup value also, we can get only one column once at a time. Understand? So whichever column you want from which data set, that column name first you have to write it. Is that clear or not? And after that, put comma here. What is the common column between the data set? Those common column must and should you need to write. What is the common column here? ID and product ID. Which one? Like see here. ID, comma. Why it is not displaying? See here. Which table related common column first you need to write? whichever table column you are writing in the result column name, the same table common column first you need to write. Understand or not? You understand or not? Suppose I'm trying to write left table ID here, comma, right table product ID. Okay. It won't works. What is that? What you need to write? See, which table column you are writing here, that table related common column first you need to write. After that, other data set common column you need to write. Very, very important point here. Understand or not? See here, suppose if I'm writing first left table common column, is that works? Huh? Okay. Next one is, suppose if I'm writing right table, is that column is coming? No. That's the reason. First, what you need to write? Right table. Understand? Please don't forget this one when you are implementing lookup value. What result? First, what result column it is there? That result column name you need to write, comma. After that, so from the same table, what is the common column? That first you need to write. That means in this table common column, first you need to write. After that, comma. What is the next table common column? What is that one? See here, left table. See, it will work or not? Previously, it is not coming. Now it is coming. See, understand clearly or not? Please don't forget this one. Syntax wise, different, right? Related function and lookup. In related function, directly you have to write the column name. But in lookup value, completely it is different. Nothing. See, in lookup value also nothing. Whichever column you want, you have to write comma. And what is the common column between the data set? Those you need to mention. That's it. Both the data set common column is there. Those you need to mention here. But first, what common column, which table common column you need to write? Whichever table result column name you mentioned it, that table common column first you need to write, comma. After that, next table common column. Don't forget this one. Understand or not? See here, same result or not? Related and lookup value. Understand or not? Suppose if relationship is there, then also it will work. So relationship is there or not? Between and suppose, can we delete the relationship and see? After deleting a relationship, can we see the same result in lookup value? You understand what I'm saying? If relationship is there also, it will work the same output. If suppose if the relationship is not there in between the data set, then go to that one. See, lookup value will work or not? See here. But here, error. Why? In related function, what is required? Relationship must and should required. Understand? Not only those two rules must and should be satisfied in relationship. That's the reason. Because the relationship is not there. Even if it is relationship is not there, also it will work or not. Understand clearly or not? Any doubts in this one? This is how related and lookup value. Very, 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 very important in real time as well as in interview questions also. If you want to get the column from another data set, what functions, what DAX functions are there? Related and lookup value. What is the difference between related and lookup value? In related, relationship must and should required. In lookup value, may or may not require the relationship. Understand clearly or not? Any doubts in this one? What is the next category of function? See here. Next one is user relationship function. Very, very important. When we are, but this function, when we are discussing about the model, what is that? When we are discussing about the model, at that point of time, I will clearly explain you what is user relationship. Understand or not? Very important, because if you want to explain this function means this is related to model topic. So when we are discussing about the model topic, must and should I will explain you user relationship. Understand? This is the one. Hurry. Next function is statistical functions. What are statistical functions? See, did we discuss statistical functions in transform data? Did we discuss that statistical functions in transform data? No, right? We are not discussing all the statistical functions. See, it is beta, gamma, like these related functions are not at all required. But in this statistical function, only one function is there. That function is very, very important. What is that function? It is rank x. What is that? Rank x. What is rank x function will do? Generating sequential values is called as rank x. Based on the column values, it will generate the rank functions. In SQL Server function, what are the rank functions are? Very good. What is that? Rank and dense rank. You know what is rank and what is dense rank will do, right? Same in rank X also, same. Inside one function, inside rank X function only, both will be there. Rank and dense rank will be there. Understand? There is no, here there is no separate functions. Inside the rank X only we can implement rank and dense rank. You know, right, what will happen in rank and what is dense rank? What is rank? Dense rank will generate sequential values. Rank will, very good. It will skip the values. It also, see, whenever the duplicate values are there, at that point of time, it will skip the values. If it is unique values are there, then rank and dense rank both are same. Understand what I am saying here? In a column, if there is no duplicates are there, then rank and dense rank will give the same output. If there is a duplicate values are there, both rank and dense rank will give the different outputs. In that rank function, what it will do? It will skip the values. Dense rank, it won't skip the values. Even if it is duplicate also, for duplicate values, it will give the same rank. It will come to the next value, next rank will be generated. Understand or not? Clearly, I clearly explained with example in Excel, and after that, I I showed you how this rank functions will works. Okay, please don't forget this one. See here, same function I am applying here. If it is duplicate, then you will understand what is this one. Uh, mm. See here. We have duplicate values is there or not in even column. Okay. Now see here. In rank X, we can apply both rank and dense rank. Okay. Let's see how we can apply. What is the table name here? Appen1, comma. First table name you have to write it. Very important point. After that, expression. Expression means you have to write the column name. Understand? Very important. Please listen carefully. Syntax for rank X. First table name, comma. After that, on which column basis you want to generate a rank, that column name you need to write it here. What is that column name? Even column, right? For even column only, I want to apply the rank and dense rank. See here. Next, don't give any value. Put comma here. Don't give any value for value. Okay. Just give comma. Okay. Next one is on ascending order. That means for in even column, whatever values are there, on ascending order basis, you want to generate a rank or descending order basis. That you need to mention here. Understand or not? Okay. Suppose, for example, on ascending order basis. Okay. Put comma. Dense or you want to apply the skip. Skip is nothing but a rank. Dense means dense rank it is. If I'm giving skip, okay, then what is the output? Can anyone tell me? 1, 1. Very good. What is that next one? 3, 3. Next one is 5, right? That is what it is written, right? Understand clearly or not? Please refer what I explained rank and dense rank in SQL Server, the same thing here. See here, like this. If I give in place of skip, if I give dense, what is that rank? What is that one? 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. See here. Understand clearly or not? Dense won't skip the values, but rank will skip the values. Here you cannot write rank here. You can select what is that option? Skip. Skip is nothing but a rank here. Dense means you have to select the dense. See here. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. Is that clear or not? What is the next category of function? Table manipulation functions. Here. Table manipulation functions. This table manipulation function, all table manipulation functions, we can apply it on new table. These table manipulation DAX functions are applied on new table because all these table manipulation functions are creating a data set. That's the reason these table manipulation function always in Power BI, we can apply it on new table. Okay. In that first one is add columns. What is add columns? Means, okay, suppose add columns means whatever table you are choosing, that means in that particular your Power BI file, whatever the data sets are there, you, you can take any of the data set. Okay, in the data set, what columns are there, along with the with those columns, the new columns are also added here. Understand or not? If you want to add the new column to the existing data set, then we have to use a function called add columns. Understand what is add columns? If you want to add the new column to the existing table, that means in the existing table, what columns are there? Along with those columns, the new columns are also added into that one. Then we have to use a function called add columns. Okay, let's see how we can apply this one. Okay, so in add column, where we can apply it? In new table. All the table manipulation functions we can apply it on new table. Don't forget this one. Click on new table. First, what is the table name here? Table name unitary. What is the table name here? Appended. Okay, table name, because whichever table you are mentioning here, that in that table, all the columns it will appears first. Okay, after that, whichever new column you want to generate it, that you need to write it here. First you need to write. See here, when you are writing append to, in append to, what are all the columns are there? First it will get all the columns, and after that the new columns are generated here. In that new columns are generated, n number of new columns you can generate it. Okay, so first what you need to write? Column name. First in the double quotes, something XYZ column name. For this column, what you want to generate? See here, I'm giving one here. Understand or not? See, execute this one. What will happen? In append to, what columns are there? Along with those columns, what is that one? Extra column. See here, in append to, ID name is there. Along with the ID name, what is the new column? XYZ. In that, what is the static value? And like this it will. Or else, see Vijay, in place of static value, I'm using columns also. But here, what you need to write? You need to write an expression. What is that? See here. After writing a column name, what is that one? Expression. Expression means right, how the expression. Between the columns, if you are using mathematical operator, we can call it as expression, right? Sum x, min x, max x, all this are writing we are expression, right? Same expression you are writing. Suppose, for example, there is an ID column in the what is that one? See, while you are writing an expression, the columns always you have to use it in which data set? Append to. In which data set you are writing here? That data set columns only you are using in the expression. Understand? Whichever table you are writing here, that table related columns only you are writing in the expression. Must and should. Very, very, very important point. Okay. See here in this one. Suppose, for example, ID here. ID into 2. What is the meaning of this one? Understand? Not only 2 here. You can write another column also. Okay, you know what is expression, right? In sum x, min x, you are all writing expressions only. Just expression is nothing but you have to you write multiple columns, but in between the columns, what you have to use? You have to use mathematical operator plus multiplication, subtraction, division. These we can use it. Understand? See here, I'm writing a column name here. For in place of another column name, I'm just giving a stat. What is the meaning of this one? For this ID column, whatever value for ID column, whatever values are there, for those column values, what you need to do? You have to multiply it with 2. That is the one. What result it is getting? 22, 24, 26, 20. Understand or not? See here, like this. Like this, you can create n number of column. But when you are writing an expression, the same data set columns only must ensure you have to use. You cannot use other data set columns here. Understand clearly or not? Add columns means it will take the existing table. In that existing table, new columns are added. If you want to add the new columns to the existing table, then we have to use a function called add columns. Is that clear or not? Is that clear or not? Huh? Any doubts in this one? Yeah, I told you, right? Where you can do. See, first column name, expression. Again, after writing an expression, put comma. Again, column name, another expression. Comma, column name, expression. This is the procedure. You have to follow this procedure. First, you have to write the column name. Any column name, you have to write it. Inside the double quote, you have to write the column name. And here you need to write an expression. Another column name, expression. Column name, expression, like that. Understand clearly or not? Okay. Remaining functions that we can discuss it in tomorrow's class. Is that clear or not? Okay. On Friday, I shared the document. Did everyone receive the document or not? Did everyone receive the document or not? Okay. So we can stop it here and we'll continue on tomorrow. Okay. Bye, guys.